I just came back from my first ever tour as a musician, and here's a bit about the story of how that happened, as well as 3 things I learned from this journey. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Juniper. I'm an indie artist, no label, no management, and no budget really. I'm mostly self-taught as a producer and a musician, and I'm based here in Melbourne, Australia. But for the tour, I played also in Hong Kong and Taiwan for the first time. I think this whole process was like 4 to 5 weeks, and it was super rewarding. I got to play shows of different venues. I got to travel with a guitar and a guitar case for the first time and felt like a real musician. If you're also an independent artist, whether you're a musician or a painter or a writer, you know that going overseas is very, very difficult for your work. Usually these are just big expense black holes and you don't really get much out of it monetarily. But what you do get are some really invaluable lessons, and so here are some of the things that I feel like I took away from this tour, which was a big undertaking. The first thing was that I think that you can never be too prepared. It's just life, shit happens, and I missed my flight for the first time in my life. There were also things that I didn't account for, like equipment, or maybe venue-specific things that I had to adhere to. Sometimes if you lose a cable or two, it really feels like the end of the world when you're a few hours away from playing a show. So always make sure that you have your best foot forward and do prepare more than you think. I don't know why it doesn't occur to me that I have extra gear and I should just bring it anyways. Sometimes you never know, a cable might break or a guitar might break a string or something. The second lesson I learned is that knowing your audience is really important. What made me want to start this tour actually was a really, really awesome opportunity to play at my dream venue in Melbourne called The Forum. I was the opening act for Sunset Roller Coaster. Knowing their kind of style of music and the audience, I knew that most of them would know Mitski maybe, sort of in that indie space. So when I played my set, I covered My Love, Mine All Mine, just to do a little bit of a crowd-pleasing moment. And I think they appreciated that. The response was really good. So taking that forward into my show at M Pavilion, which was like 160 people in this architectural gem in the south side of Melbourne, I sort of adjusted my set list to be a bit more intimate and relaxed. And I think that knowing your set list inside out is really important as well, and knowing how to adjust that depending on the audience. So for that show, I played Science by Block Party as the cover instead. And also I readjusted the sort of flow of my songs. So I think there's this misconception with a lot of indie artists that they have to copy the big mainstream artists that are doing stadium tours to have the same set list and the same beats every show. But it's actually kind of a underutilized opportunity for you to test different things because the stakes are so much lower and you're still getting to know yourself as an artist. And because you're a smaller artist, a lot of people will come to multiple shows and it would be cool for them to see how you arrange things differently. So yeah, if you have the time as an indie artist, I would say curate your set list a bit better and adjust for the audiences accordingly. In Taipei, most people speak Mandarin as the main language, so I broke up in between my songs to say a few words in Mandarin, doing my best, but also, trying not to pick songs that were way too wordy or songwritery and pick songs that have moments that were more musical so that people could enjoy it even if they didn't understand the contents of those lyrics. And I'm saying that because I'm not a big deal, like if we were big deal artists, everyone would know all the lyrics. But when you're starting out and you're running your own thing, I think it's important to humble yourself a little bit and remind yourself that maybe not everyone looks into the words that much, and really put on a good show by having good energy in this space. Lastly, what I think is the most important lesson I've learned is that perspective is everything. My friend asked me on a taxi in Taiwan if I made any money from my show in Taipei, and to which I answered it was okay, especially given the amount of people that went, but it's definitely not enough to cover the tour. If you approach it as a sort of work opportunity, it's definitely not profitable at first. But if you think of it as a way to subsidize your travels, suddenly everything shifts. Your whole trip isn't just about playing the show, it's about observing the culture and the people that you're going to visit. It's about getting inspired. It's about feeling different and looking at things differently. It's about meeting and encountering new people that you wouldn't have otherwise because you live in a totally different part of the world. As an artist, for you to have that experience and to bring it back into the studio where you write and make music is really, really priceless. Yeah, for everyone who's putting out shows and indie music and making things on their own, I see you, you know, none of us do it for the money. Oh yeah, this is my EP. Look, I'm wearing the same cat sweater. Is the cover. The EP is called I Give Up, and we made this ourselves. If you're interested in more of the tour and the music, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm gonna make this YouTube more of a thing from now on. I really want to reclaim my time and spend it more doing creative things, and a lot of my friends have been making really cool videos, so I'm feeling like it's time to be a YouTuber again. But yeah, coming back from this tour, I feel really grateful. Thank you to everyone that has come to a show. Thank you to everyone that has watched music videos of mine and listened to the songs. If you're from Melbourne, there's a good chance we'll be doing something very soon as well. Otherwise, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I really want to see you guys at some place. Let me know where in the world you are, and I'll keep it in mind for the next tour. For any of you doing your own creative endeavors, keep going. I believe in you, and I hope this has given you a bit of insight into what it's like to tour as an indie artist in 2026. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, Juniper Care out. Peace.